We live, Sean? Welcome back to the Clubhouse 54 podcast. We are at a special location today. We're here at Parx Casino. We're in their sports book. I am Michael Little, Drew Lockhart, Ian Horowitz.
I'm Drew Lockhart, and this is Ian.
I'm Ian. Nice to meet you guys.
Good to see you guys around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I feel like it's 2-on-1. We're about to fight Mikey or something. I feel like
it's Navy versus White. I hear you.
all right, we're in. Team play.
It is 2-on-1 because Drew wanted to start this podcast and open it up, and I told him no, and now he's all upset about it.
I'm not upset. I'm in a great mood. Let's go.
And he's being loud in the library. I think, didn't you call this the library? The book room or something?
I did call it the book room. If you see any of my Instagram posts, I actually did call it. I didn't know what to call it. I said the book room, and then somebody corrected me. His name is Michael Little, so check out his Instagram where he corrects me.
Well, it only says Bet Parx Sportsbook, really big as you walk into the door. But you missed that part. That's okay, Drew.
But here in the room, I see beer garden, and I see nothing. So I didn't know what to say.
But there's a lot of betting behind you, Sportsbook. It's all right. It's all good.
It's all good.
We're happy to be here, though. Parx is very generous to let us come here and do our podcast today. We do have a guest. We're just waiting on our guest to finish up a call. And there'll be some other people just randomly stopping in that we'll be meeting for the first time. So we're excited for that. Ian, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem. I am glad for the invite. I'm excited. I mean, there's always good things happening in casinos. A lot of people think it's the other way around, but I've always had good experiences here. You meet great people. There's good food generally. Service is always great, so I'm excited to check out Parx Casino and see what they have to offer.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to blackjack later.
Oh, yeah. I like blackjack and craps. I can't help myself. You a gambler? You gamble at all?
No, I actually only on the golf course.
Okay, fair enough.
Only on the course, really.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I went to a casino the other night when I was in AC, but it was because I was going to a comedy show that was in the casino. So I gambled a little bit, but it didn't feel like really gambling. It just felt like I was giving somebody in a back room my money.
I feel like, all right.
Okay.
How do we end up here? Like, that's what I want to know.
How did we end up
How did we
here?
end up doing this podcast here at Parx Casino?
Yep.
Okay, so I received a phone call from the Philadelphia PGA, and they asked me if I would play with a sponsors group in a Pro-Am. Well, that sponsors group, I didn't know it at the time, happened to be Parx Casino. They sponsor the event.
Was that the event that they wouldn't let me play in?
That was the event that they would not let you play in. Maybe because they knew we were playing with Parx Casino. I have no idea. So I played in the Parx. I was the pro in the Parx Casino group. And during that time, got to know the people we were with. And I met Marc Oppenheimer. And he is their chief marketing officer for Parx Casino. And I said, hey, we run this podcast. Would you like to be a part of the podcast? And could we possibly do it out of Parx Casino? And really, it just kind of went from there. I mean, then we jumped on the emails. We got on the phone calls. We started talking about it. And, 3 weeks later, we ended up here. So
this happened really quick. And my understanding is we're the first ones to ever host a podcast here in Parx Casino.
That's not radio affiliated. Like, they do radio shows at the Parx Casino for the Phillies, and I'm sure they do for the 76ers and probably for the Eagles. But to our knowledge, this is the first podcast being broadcasted out of the Parx Casino
Sportsbook,
not the book room.
Yeah, book room.
Not the library.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're grateful to be here, and, this is a great setting. I mean, it makes me want to eat, drink, and spend money.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's the vibe I have right now.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good place. They got a horse track. I don't know. We're going to get more information on that in a little bit. What have you guys been up to? I mean, honestly, because I feel like you guys never get interviewed, so I'm going to flip it on you guys a little bit. What have you guys been up to in the world of golf?
I'll let Drew start.
Well, the last actually couple of days, I have not worked. I kind of took a couple of days for my birthday.
Oh, yeah. Drew just turned 45, everybody.
Yeah.
You look great, man.
4-5, baby. 4-5 in the house. But I ended up going to a comedy show in AC, and then I played a round at Saucon on Sunday in the morning. Shot an 82 there. A lot of 50-down presses. And we ended up going over to Way Hill still at Saucon Valley. And I made 2 birdies in 9 holes there to win some money for me and my partner.
I feel like every time we do a podcast, you played Saucon Valley like the day before.
You know what? It's really weird because my brother-in-law, who's the member there, actually just left to go home to Vietnam. So Vietnam.
You are a Southern boy. I love it.
I just pronounce every syllable to the words. Bet Parx. Yeah, no, he just actually left to go back, and so we just had a couple days left to play there, and the weather was perfect. So I have been relaxing playing golf and drinking very heavily, and that's about it for me. Michael, I know you played in a couple tournaments.
Yeah, a lot's been going on. Been teaching a lot, been playing a lot of events, up and down with playing. Sometimes it's really good. Other times it's like I forgot what I'm doing. So
you played the Philly Open.
Played the Philly Open.
And
played the Pennsylvania Open qualifier. Played the Heineman. And then what was the other one I played in? And then the Doylestown Open. I've done well. I mean, top 10 in the Philly Open. Did not do good in the Heineman. Top 20 in Doylestown. And then I made the cut on the number to get into the Pennsylvania Open. For whatever reason.
Oh, yeah, you were sweating bullets the other day, talking all that shit. Oh, I'm not going to make it this, blah, 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 that. What did I say? Someone's going to blow up, dude.
I made it on the number. I snuck in.
There you go.
They took, I think, 27 spots, and I was tied for 27.
So what is that?
That is all it takes.
It's all it took.
You just got to get into the field.
Exactly.
Once you're in the field, it's anybody's ball game.
Where's the Pennsylvania Open?
It's at Country Club of York.
Okay, and what's that prize pool look like? Just to give us an idea.
You know, I've never come close to winning that golf tournament, so I've never actually saw like what it is.
It doesn't matter.
To be completely honest with you, I want to say it's like somewhere around
16, 1,800.
Well, yeah, maybe the total purse, but like winner I think takes around 7,000 to 9,000, somewhere in that range.
It's a good day's worth of work.
Yeah, I mean, if you win it, it's great. I mean, my best finish in is tied for 16th, so I've never really played too well in the event. I actually struggle qualifying for the event. It's one event where if I'm not exempt, I don't get in because I can't play well enough to qualify. It's really strange.
That's one thing with golf, right? Like, we're all good at what we do, right? Like, I do real estate. You guys do golf. It's just like some things you can't, like, why is it with golf? It just seems like guys are like, they can't, like, someday, like, you look at the pros and they're like, they can't put it, like, why is golf so hard to put together and be like, this is all I got to do and go out there and just do the damn thing? Like, no.
It's easier said than done. I mean,
Sure.
like going out and playing 18
Consistently.
holes consistently and putting up a number just doesn't happen. You don't hit every shot the way that you're going to hit. I mean,
well, the other thing is it has to do with your energy level, right? It has to do with your attitude. You know, there's so many variables that go into it. You look at the weather, you look at the firmness of the golf course, right? Talk about the wind factoring into it. The variables are just it's unreal how many variables that are involved that you have to get that perfect every single time.
Well, and what's crazy is just like watching you in Clubhouse, and like obviously you're one of the best golfers that I know, but like it's like, dude, you hit it on the numbers every time. I get it. It's a controlled environment. But then it's like our buddy Anthony the other day, he's playing, and the event was at his home course. You're like, dude, what is he doing? And it's like, you just don't know what you're showing up with that day.
Exactly.
You know?
we got to give a shout out. Anthony Spashinelli, man. Got him put around together and won a little event in the
he won
PGA
the pro scratch, and then he was runner up yesterday in the assistants championship.
Hey, he's playing some good golf now, so you can't sleep on the kid.
I keep every day. I text him. I feel like I text him and I say, "Your win's coming. Your win's coming." I mean, it's coming. He's gonna win an individual event this year.
So for like me in real estate, like to get into a good headspace every day, like I got to go work out. You know, got to eat halfway decent, even though I'm gigantic. You know, meditate, read books, stuff like that. Like, what do you guys do to get in the right mental headspace to go play around a golf?
I don't think about it. To be completely honest with
you'd
you.
prefer just to like take a quick look at the track and then just go out the day of and let it rip.
All right, I'm going to give you a really good example. So for round one of the Philadelphia Open, I made sure I got 8 hours of sleep. I drank plenty of water the night before. I was hydrated. You know, I did everything right to perform at my peak. Okay, I went out, shot even par, couldn't really play that well for whatever reason. I couldn't drive the golf ball well. Okay, I putted really good that day. That night, I said, you know what? I'm going to go have 8 beers tonight. I'm just going to get drunk tonight and show up hungover the next day and see how I play. And I shot 4 under. Like, the less I think, the better I play. So, like, everyone has a formula. And the formula for me is less thinking and more reacting and just, like, trying to just
Play
think
the
about
game that
something
you
different.
love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just go have fun. Go try to enjoy the game versus try to get serious about it.
No, and I agree with that. But coming from me, it's 6 high noons, and just having fun out there. Don't care what everybody's doing. Having fun. If you hit a bad shot, you hit a better shot the next one. And for me, you know, that may sound like an alcoholic talking, but there's something to be said about having some sweet swing lube in you.
There you go.
And for me, it's all about trying to get loosed to the point to where I just get up and hit the ball.
Yeah, I think I read a book. It was called Your Next Best Shot by Patrick Harrington.
Okay.
But, like, I applied it to business, too, because I was like, yo, you can't think about the bad shit. You just got to go do it, you know?
And we have our guest on the show. Good to see you, Mark.
Good to see you. How are
Drew
things?
Lockhart.
Drew.
Michael Little over here.
Yep.
Good to see you, Mark.
Ian
Ian,
Horowitz
how you
over
doing?
here.
Nice to meet
Marc Oppenheimer, good to meet you.
It's nice to see you up here.
Yeah, good to see you all. Thanks for coming out.
I tried to tell them that you were going to dress to a T, and they were like, nah. He was like, dressed like, I was like, I'm wearing a suit. And he's like, I dare you. And I was like, I didn't want to show these guys up. I didn't want to show you up either because I knew you were going to be dressed to the nines.
Unfortunately, in my building, this is what I have to wear.
I love it.
And you wear it well.
Thanks.
So for our viewers, this is Marc Oppenheimer. He is the Chief Marketing Officer here at Parx Casino. So, Mark, it's really good to have you on the show. You and I have met. We met over at Trump National for the Pro-Am. Again, thank you so much for allowing me to play in your group.
Hey, thanks for playing with them.
Absolutely. It was a great day that we had out there.
I heard it was fun.
Yes. And so Drew Lockhart, he is the assistant at the Bucks Club. In Bucks County, and Ian is my business partner in Clubhouse and real estate guru. He owns I'm sorry, not Clubhouse. He owns Equity Warehouse.
Yeah.
Got it.
I just show up. I just kind of hang out, have a good time. Gonna have the wife meet me down here afterwards for a nice little dinner date and enjoy our time.
And you can tell he just kind of just shows up. I mean, look at the way we're dressed. And old Carhartt, if they showed our feet, he's got Crocs on probably.
No sandals, and I'm not a Croc guy, but you know, listen. Your job is to entertain around here. My job's to be entertained. So I'm going to show up how I'm comfortable, right? And you show up how you're comfortable or required to.
There we go.
But to be fair, I was a fireman in Baltimore for 15 years. I had to be cleanly shaven and wear a uniform every day. Absolutely.
And you're never doing that again.
Dude, everyone's like, so like, yo, did you go out and enjoy yourself after you quit? I was like, nah, I threw my razor out. That's what I did. Then I enjoyed myself. So
Love that.
But
so that's great. I mean, now we know where the beard came from.
yeah, there you go. 15 years of trauma, you know. So, but
that's awesome. So, Mark, a lot of what we talk about on the podcast is we want to share stories about golf, and you know, we try to find people that have unique stories within how the game has affected their lives. You know, so in this case, we thought we could find out how Parx is affecting golf in the local community and its involvement with the local communities or local golf associations and who you're associated with.
Absolutely. So not as interesting as like my personal stories about golf, but I'm happy to talk about the business. So, you know, golf is important to us in multiple ways. So obviously one way golf's important is through our BetParx product, as you all are all wearing. And I know Mark Feldman's going to come on a little later and he'll talk to you more about the official roles that golf and the PGA Tour play with BetParx. But you know, as some of your listeners may know, BetParx is an official betting partner of the PGA Tour.
Okay.
And we are actually one of the major sponsors of the Memorial Tournament out in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's great.
Yep. So definitely a very symbiotic relationship between BetParx and the PGA at this point. Then, specifically for us here, golf goes as far back as the fact that we sit on 450 acres of land, and at points in time, we've actually kicked around the idea of building a 9 or 18-hole course here on the land. Now, highly unlikely we're going to do that. We have some other usages we're thinking about, but it has been something that we've thought about. And you know, VIP gamblers love playing golf, and we do multiple golf outings every year. You know, we have part of the reason we're a sponsor of the Philly Section PGA is to be able to have a foursome in all the events, and we have, you know, great casino VIPs who love going out and hitting the golf ball, and especially getting the opportunity to play with a local pro, which is something, you know, most even good golfers don't really get the chance to go out and play with a pro. And we'll hear from people, hey, went out, had a great time, and by the way, the pro gave me this tip, and it's going to knock 4 shots off my game.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That really is. I mean, and so how does the casino and Parx, and how is that involved in the Philly section as far as, I know you guys had an event a couple weeks ago. Is there other events besides one that you guys are involved in?
Yeah, so we are a season-long sponsor.
Perfect.
Of the Philly section. So we are, I think there are 7 or 8 different events that they do over the course of the season. We're a sponsor of all of them. Couple of them will give away little gifts at a hat, a towel, whatever it may be. And then we have the opportunity to have a group or 2 go play in all of them as well. And, there are multiple ways that it benefits us. Obviously, it benefits us from getting our foursomes in.
Right.
But it also, we believe in the game of golf, and we believe that golf is actually a great place to find people that like to gamble as well. All of us know all the stories of gambling on the golf course. I think that's natural. So, and when you look at the market research, and you actually notice a real high correlation between regular golfers, country club members, and casino gamblers. So it's a great way just to get our name out there in front of people that actually obviously fit into those demographics.
That's great. Have you seen a good return from this?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's only our 2nd year of doing it.
Okay.
So we definitely, when we've done things like giving people offers out of the course, we've seen a good redemption of those. Frankly, we're getting a great return just from the access of getting our VIPs on the course. When you start to think about, we may go sponsor a charity golf outing in order to get the foursome, well, all of a sudden, this sponsorship gets us 7 or 8 of those over the course of the year.
Yeah.
Well, sure, you're building community with inside your casino, right? Like, because it's one thing to talk out on the tables, but it's another thing to be out on the golf course and stuck with your pro and hanging out and like, all right, I got to have a real conversation. I'm stuck in the cart with you for 18 holes. And if you get stuck with Drew, you're going to have a conversation.
Have a really good time.
Yeah.
Not only are you going to see a guy who can't shotgun a beer, but you're also going to be able to play with a guy who will actually win you some holes and shock you in places where you'd be like, he's way too drunk.
And he's a lefty. And he's a lefty, folks.
Yeah,
it's
he's
okay.
a lefty.
I play from the other side, but that's okay.
Yeah, nothing wrong with being a lefty.
Took it right out of my mouth.
Yeah, I think one of them just won some big event over in
Brian
the UK.
Harmon, shout out to him.
Yep.
The nice thing about the Philly PGA is, and just the Philadelphia golf market is, we have great golf courses.
Yeah.
So to go along with what you're saying, to be able to host your VIPs in these events, I mean, they're not going to play, your average course most of the time. They're going to play a really prestigious golf course in Philadelphia, which is, I mean, that's even better. That's
Absolutely.
like you're saying, that's got to be worth it right there.
It absolutely is, and it is one of the interesting things because I've been in Philly now for a little over a decade. Was in Vegas before that. Grew up in the Chicago area. Have ties to a few other places, and Philly isn't necessarily known as a great golf city. Like nationally, it's not. But so I came here and I'm like, okay, we'll see. And then I started looking around and I'm like, wait a second. It's not just Marion and Pine Valley that everyone hears about, but there are probably 25 courses within the Philly metro area that are worthy of being considered a top flight golf course.
Correct.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, when you go back in the day, go back into the 30s and 40s, I mean, golf in Philadelphia was huge. I mean, this is where they played the game. They played it from D.C. to Boston, and then they went out to Chicago. And then, they found Florida and Arizona and California and all that. And that's when, it really boomed all throughout the country. But Philadelphia was the place for PGA Tour pros to go play. I mean, look at Snead, Hogan. They both worked in the Philadelphia market. So, yeah, it's great.
Are there courses that you guys deal with directly as far as sending people out?
So, yes, we have a real strong relationship with Commonwealth.
Okay.
And we usually do 2, sometimes 3 VIP outings this summer out there. And then on occasion we'll send a random foursome out there as well. Then there's some of the more local, easier to get on courses that we will send people out to. One that I happen to love that's a little north of here in Bucks County is Makefield Highlands.
We're not too far from Makefield Highlands, so just giving you the formal invite, Mark.
Okay.
You guys are more than welcome. You just pick up the phone and say, hey, I need to send 16 people out. I'll clear out the tee sheet.
Okay.
Let's go. Bring them on out. Let's go. We're not too far from them.
There we go. Thank you for that, Drew.
Hey, I'm just shouting out the Bucks Club.
Well, it sounds like you actually enjoy the game of golf yourself personally.
I grew up around it.
Okay.
So my father went to college on a golf scholarship.
Okay.
Great story that he has where he ended up only playing his freshman year. And his first tournament that he plays in as a freshman, he steps up to the first tee. He's at IU at Indiana, and it's a Big Ten, some sort of Big Ten tournament. He's paired up with a kid he's never heard of, another college kid. He hits his ball off the first tee, hits it well, turns around to go get his bag, hears the ball come off the club of the kid that he's playing with, and says that he thinks to himself immediately, I'm not making a living playing golf.
Yeah.
Turns out the other kid was Tom Weiskopf.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that would intimidate anybody.
Yeah, right. That's it's a different noise when they hit the ball.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
So so I grew up around. My dad was a country club member. My dad played 2-3 times a week. At 60 years old, he was still a 6 handicap. Fortunately, 60 years of golf did some damage to his body, and he can't play anymore.
Yeah.
But he still loves the game, and I grew up watching the game. I grew up riding around in the golf cart on Sunday mornings with he and his friends when I was a little kid. My probably 10-year-old to 15 or 16-year-old summers were spent, riding around BSing with the adults while they were playing golf in the morning.
I can only imagine the conversation.
Oh, God.
That's great.
Yeah, and then after the golf game, I'd go hit the pool or do whatever else with my friends in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how is your golf game?
Up and down. So when I play a lot, I get decent. I've played a little more this year, and I'm probably down to about a 14 handicap now.
Okay.
I'm going to offer Michael's lessons to you for free. So you can see him 3 times. I did 4 fingers and said 3 times. So you can see him 3 times, and it'll be on the Clubhouse 54. You can go him, and he'll get you down to a 10.
There you go. We'll drop you 4 strokes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We will see.
What we need to do is build a simulator in here somewhere.
We thought about that. We have thought about throwing a simulator around somewhere, but we just don't really have the space.
I mean, I just came back from Atlantic City at the Ocean, and they've got a top golf.
Yep.
I cannot talk today. Top golf inside, but it's all hitting into a screen. It's not the real thing. You can kick soccer balls, throw footballs, that kind of thing.
It's entertaining.
It is entertaining. I see a value of it, but to call it top golf, it's not top golf.
Yeah, it's a top golf simulator type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you all I'm sure know this, they opened up the new Top Golf no more than a couple miles from here, right over on the boulevard.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was at an event there a few weeks ago with Key Bank, and it was when all the smoke was blowing in from the wildfires, and they're like, we're closing at 6. I'm like, closing at 6? Like, I got the night out. Like, I'm trying to have a good time. They had all the doors closed. It was really weird. But it was nice because you can see basically all the way out to the boulevard. But, the whole Top Golf thing it's pure entertainment, right? Like, they're selling drinks. They're selling food. They're not selling golf, where what Mikey does, he sells golf. And you get golf.
Yeah. It's a lot different environment.
Yeah. Yes.
For sure.
So, Mark, what are some of the big things happening here at the Parx Casino going forward in 2023, maybe 2024? Anything that you guys are doing that could possibly draw more people to the area?
Well, we always are looking for ways to drive people in with our entertainment calendar, just with the different gambling offerings that we have. We are working on, and we've had some public discussions about, but it's not 100% finalized, but we are working on fairly soon, hopefully breaking ground on a hotel and building about a 300-room hotel.
That would be very nice for you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was down in Maryland for a while. What was that? Maryland Live. They started there, and then next they had a hotel, and it's like it's the place to go. It's probably the next right move, right? So 450 acres, you guys got the room to do it, right?
Absolutely.
What was this site before the casino? Do you know?
So there's the racetrack.
Yeah, that's always been here.
It's always been the racetrack. It was Keystone Park Raceway. It was all Philadelphia Park, and then slots went into the racetrack in 2006.
Okay.
Did well pretty quickly. They started building this building. This building opened up in 2009.
Okay.
Table games were then legalized in 2010, so tables were added in. And then we've expanded this building 2 or 3 times since then. And then the last expansion was actually what we're sitting in right now, which was the addition of the Parx Sportsbook, which opened in I think early 19.
That's when they made sports betting legal in Pennsylvania, right?
And no offense, I called it the book room earlier when I was on an Instagram.
He thinks we're in a library. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just a terrible comment that I made, but I called it.
He's never been in a sports book before.
Apparently
obviously.
not. I have never been in a room like this before. This is a special room. I mean, the guy came out and said, "Hey, what do you want your lights to be?" And we were like, I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Look here, I can change all the lights up here." And I was like, "This is such a great spot to be in. It really is a great spot."
I could only imagine an Eagles game in here.
It's nuts. It is a lot of pretty much all NFL Sundays are fun in here, whether the Eagles are playing or not. Just because, as you can see behind us, you end up with 3 or 4 games on the big screens. You get every game across all the different screens.
No wife and kid yelling at you to be like, "Yo, I want to watch something else." Nah, babe, football's on. I just need 17 weeks a year. Would you leave me alone? Like, that's all I need. 17 weeks.
A little more than 17.
Well, yeah, we're doing good. So, yeah.
We hope. We hope.
We hope. We'll be okay this year, I think.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you still actively playing now, though? Like, do you get out a lot within your job? Do you have to entertain a lot?
I'm lucky if I get out 2 or 3 times a month.
Okay.
And there are a lot of months where I may not get out or I may play once. But, I would say over the course of sort of from, April when the weather gets good enough that you can really start to play until football season, I try to play a decent amount. Once it gets into football season, I tend to lose my weekends to football.
Right.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably can't leave this place once football season starts, huh?
Thankfully, I can. There are a lot of people that can't. Like the people that actually operate the book are here.
Yeah.
And here a lot.
Do you guys need a chief golfing officer? Like, we could just put Mikey on staff here and just take your clients
Whoa.
out. Because he always messes with me. He's like, "Dude, you need to just hire a golf pro and entertain all your investors." And I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds like a great idea." And then I'm like, But then we go out with our investors and they're like, "Yo, dude, who was that guy?" Like, it's just so cool to have when you got friends that are good at golf. I mean,
but you don't want to take his football advice. When I worked for him, I won every single week that I bet against him in football.
That's why I play blackjack and I don't hang out in the sports book. Totally different.
So what are some of your favorite courses to play in the area that you can, public, private, whatever?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Ooh, I got him.
Yeah,
Put him on the spot.
Yeah, I
got
gotta
him.
think about it.
Who gives you the most business?
Well, no, I'm not going to go there. Yeah, Commonwealth, my favorite.
All right, stop the camera for a second. Now let's hear the real course.
I do actually really like Commonwealth. It's a good, fun golf course. Have to say, really enjoy and thought they made great acquisition to do this. The 2 courses are actually all 3 courses that the Union League has bought over the last number of years. All of them are solid, good golf courses. It makes me sound like I'm a Union League member. I'm not.
No, but
I played
agree
all 3
with you.
courses.
I've only played one of them. I played Tarsdale. That's it.
Okay.
But they're owned by a company that's doing good things, and their courses are solid.
They have invested in all 3 golf
Correct.
The one I hear you have to play is the one down at the shore.
Yep. I got a chance to play that about a month and a half ago. It's a really nice experience.
I need some better friends, don't I, to get out there. I'm going to call you next time I want to go play there. Next time I go to the shore, I'm calling you.
Hey, Mark, how do I put your name in my contact?
Just show up with a golf pro. You'll be the best guy there.
So how is it being are you a 60-hour-a-week guy here, or are you how is it being in the casino business versus in the golf business? When he and I were working in the golf business together, it was 60 hours a week easily.
Plus.
Yeah, easily.
It's interesting. I am not 60 hours a week here. In fact, there are a lot of weeks I can get away with 35 or 40 hours.
Do
that
we
I'm
need to
actually-
bleep that
I'm
out so
here.
your
No,
bosses don't
no,
know?
it's fine.
Okay.
But what I am is available 24/7. And, probably the worst thing about these devices that we all have in our pockets is they never let you escape.
Nope,
and,
never.
I get, especially since we're a 24/7 business, routinely, 10 o'clock at night, I get a call, hey, can we approve this for this person? Can you hop online and load this? Things like that. So the number of hours that I'm actually here, not bad.
Doesn't matter.
Not bad at all. And then it just, you sort of, to be in this industry, you have to have the mindset of, it's a 24/7, 365 business, and to be successful in it, you need to be available 24/7, 365.
And
it doesn't mean you have to be here, but you just have to be available if needed.
And all those weekends with your dad in the golf cart with those men when you were young, it probably instilled the values of like how to handle people and how to work, right? Like that's probably how you got this. Like, how'd you end up in the casino business? Like you were in Chicago, ended up in Vegas. Like, what's that look like?
Yeah, was actually one of those random things when I was in business school. Was sponsored in business school by one of the big consulting firms. Knew I was going to go back there post school, but they said, hey, do whatever you want for your summer in between, where a lot of people in business school at that in that summer are like looking for where their job's going to be afterwards. So I said, let me look around and find somewhere fun to go do something for the summer, and ended up going and working for Caesars. Well, Harrah's at the time, now Caesars. Okay. Working for Harrah's as an intern for the summer, made some good connections, and then went back into consulting. And when I decided I was ready to move out of consulting and get a more permanent real thing, picked up the phone, called one of the connections, and 2 months later I'd resigned from the consulting firm, moved from Chicago to Vegas, and started working for the Harrah's corporate office.
Did you started on the floor, or you started right in marketing always
no,
day one?
I started. They brought me in for a specific project.
Nice.
So I actually started helping them to rebuild their loyalty program. So any of you that
I've gotten. They sent me to Reno Lake Tahoe one time, and I was like, oh, this is a good time, because in Baltimore, the casino that opened down there was Caesars affiliated, one of the Horseshoes.
The Horseshoe. Yep.
Yeah. And I spent some time in there early in my career, and they're like, hey, you want to go to Lake Tahoe? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, just buy the flights. I mean, Tahoe's beautiful.
Yeah, Tahoe is gorgeous.
But yeah, no, I mean, you definitely know how to attract people. But you guys are also one of the, or not you guys, but at that time when you're working for Harrah's or Caesars, they're one of the bigger players nationwide, I got to presume.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of the, they're probably 3 or 4 companies people think about as the major nationwide casino companies. We're a smaller East Coast regional company.
This is boutique.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
But large.
You're not breaking ankles here.
No one does that anymore.
Stop watching Casino, dude. Stop
in the back room, girl. You're going there later.
I'm in the book room. I'm in the wrong room right now.
It usually pays extra for that, guys. So.
That was Vegas, 50, 60, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
Not quite anymore. Vegas, a little more corporate these days.
That's all I think of casinos. It's like, don't do anything wrong. You don't want to be taken in the back room. You need your fingers. You need your toes. You need all of it. So just zip it. Don't bring your phone out. Just slot.
We did get a tour through the back room by accident because you guys had us come through the admin. And, dude, like, you guys have an employee cafeteria down there. Man, it looked nice. I was like, yo, let's make a pit stop, dude. Like, this looks nice in here. Like, you guys seem to really treat your employees well. And
we do. It's one of the things that we're known for. And we're known for having great customer service, and it's one of our competitive advantages in the region. But one of the reasons we're able to have great customer service is because we treat our employees well, and therefore our employees are happy and give good customer service.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that, just walking around and going to a couple bars and just stopping by just different areas, and everyone's very nice, very accommodating. It's like they want you to be here.
Thank you,
don't
Mr.
always
Papa
get
Giorgio,
that vibe.
right?
Yeah, so that's nice. I mean, when you go to Vegas, it's like, great, here comes another person walking through our door. So it was nice to it's a different environment, which I like.
And that is a big difference. You go and you talk to a lot of our employees, and they'll know a lot of the people they see on the floor. A lot of our guests are high frequency local guests, unlike a Vegas where the employees are good at what they do and they're nice, but everyone's different. It's pure turn. A high frequency player in Vegas is there maybe 6 times a year, high-frequency player here is here 6 times a week.
Right.
Wow.
Well, in Vegas, like, I mean, a lot of people don't know, you can literally go there and never touch a table. Like, there is so much other stuff to do. It's insane. And then, like, some of the gambling, you're just like, I don't know, man, because it's, like you said, it's such, like, high turn. You got the guys that are splitting 20, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? I'm about to murder you. But, yeah, you definitely see a difference versus coming here and you know what's going on, and you have that community that you talked about. Like, when you send people to the golf events or whatever other events that you host, then all the players start hanging out with each other. Hey, you going to the casino tonight? Like, it's that whole community thing, which I think is really smart that you guys are implementing. So.
I'd say the only difference is that Vegas has the golf courses that are
win
right there, so they're able to capitalize on a lot of that. Here, you've got to pick and choose Commonwealth, wherever else you can get players out on, and I think for a casino, it's important that golf is involved, because like you say, when you're pulling slots or playing blackjack or roulette or anything like that, if you play golf, you gamble.
Yep. Did you I got to assume living in Vegas, you've ridden out to Wolf Creek and Mesquite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I tell everyone 3D golf. I don't think Monkey's played yet.
I haven't played it yet.
Have you played, Drew?
I've not been out that far.
Oh, yeah. And then there's the other one in town, Rio Seco.
Yep, Rio Seco.
Yeah, that was cool, dude.
So that's a Harris Caesars-owned course.
Oh, I didn't know that, yeah.
So I used to play that a lot.
Yeah, because that one tee box that goes down, all the mansions are up on the left side, and then you got all the jets flying in. It was a really cool experience because we went out to Wolf Creek day one. That we played that day too. I was like, shit, we didn't need to go all the way to Wolf Creek to get the same experience. There was the elevation. It was really cool. It's right, 20 minutes off from town, from center of town. So
Cascada is a really good one out there too.
Cascada is another great course.
That's the one caddy only.
No,
Is that
No.
Is that Phil's course?
no. This one they
Cascada's
have like a
also Caesars-owned. Those are the two Caesars-owned courses. Yep.
Yeah, they have a waterfall that runs through the clubhouse. Like it's really cool. Like, and it's a special place because it's just you're going up and down the mountain the whole time. There's no flat hole out there. It's either uphill or downhill shot.
Well, you learned your lesson on West Coast golf in New Mexico, didn't you?
Don't get me started about that, please.
He played in a big event out there, and it was up and down. And West Coasters are always make me laugh. Oh, we're at this. Everything's by elevation. Oh, we're at 8,000 feet. I'm like, dude, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I was going for
means
a
a
hike.
lot when you're
I wasn't
playing
playing golf.
golf.
It was a hiking trip, is what I went on.
Yeah.
It was.
So, Mark, what would be the best part of your job? What would be, in your opinion, what is the best thing that you do, or you get feeling out of as a employee, or what you do at Parx Casino?
Really, for me, it's entertaining people, and that is in a lot of different ways. That's everything from all the different things my team and I build, events, promotions, giveaways, all that, where our guests get to entertain themselves while they gamble, to literally entertaining people, whether it's taking them out to play golf, going to a concert, hosting a suite at an Eagles game, whatever it may be. That's the most fun part of the job.
Drew's going to the Drake concert tonight.
I went last night.
I sent you an email, but I don't mean to put you on the spot. I sent you an email and said, hey, I don't know if you have any connections, but I bought a ticket today, and I'm sitting in the club section. I don't know what section it is, 110, 112, something like that. So I'm going down tonight. How was it last night?
It's a lot of fun. Good show.
Worth the money.
Worth going to. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I spent $655 on my ticket.
Okay.
And you know what? I turned 45 last week. And you know what? You only live once. And tonight I am going to have so much fucking fun.
But you're going by yourself, and that's what I can't figure out.
There's going to be 40,000 other people in there that are going to be just like me that I'm going to make friends with.
Did you go by yourself, Mark?
I did not go by myself.
Okay.
But he's in the business of entertaining, so he's going to go with people. I'm not in the entertainment business.
You're a golf bro. You should find friends to go with.
Listen, my friends can't afford to go. They can't afford to go throw $655 down on a ticket tonight. They can't afford it.
You'll have a good
You
time.
need new friends.
I can't wait. I mean, they were talking about, hey, you staying here gambling, hanging out. I'm like, no, I'm going to see Drake tonight. And it was worth it, every bit.
Absolutely.
We'll get a report. We'll see.
It's a late show.
We'll see.
It is a late show.
Trust me, I don't have to be into work till like noon tomorrow, so I'm good.
His boss said, "Oh, you're going to Drake. You know, you can have Wednesday off."
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna call him at like 5:30 in the morning. Drew, we need you here at 6:30.
My phone won't answer, but whatever. So let me ask you this, Mark. What's your lowest score that you've ever played? And not to put you on the spot. I mean, I don't mean to do that,
you
but
keep
I mean,
putting my man on blast.
Yeah.
dude.
I mean,
Like,
no,
I
I'm
know the
trying to
questions,
listen.
It doesn't matter how old you were when you shot it either.
No,
No, I mean, he can
it's
say-
the one- I've never broken 80. That's a goal for me
All right.
that I've
That's
never
okay.
done.
Drew's offer of 3 lessons it stands. Whatever we need to do, we'll get you to break 80. We'll get you there.
100%. We can
Whatever
do
we
it
need.
in
Unless
2
you already have a coach. I don't want to interrupt
No,
that, but if you
no,
don't have a
not at
coach, I volunteer to be your coach on me, and we'll get you below 80. And we'll even do a podcast on it when we get you below 80, and you can explain the process to our viewers. That'd be fun. That's a good test.
I like that. I
do
like
too.
that. I can help you with the putting.
Okay.
Actually, I can't, but I update fans. I've got my grip back on my putter, and I am making putts, and it feels so good. It feels so good. I won some money playing this past couple days, and I know a couple people that probably don't listen. Maybe they listen. If they don't, who cares? If they do, we won. We beat you.
So what Drew did was he had a putter that worked. He made a lot of putts with it, and he changed his grip based on the design of the grip.
It had
not
chili-
based on if the grip would help him or not. Just
It had chili peppers on it.
Got it.
Purely the design of the grip, and he started putting terrible. I mean, guy couldn't even. He wasn't close. Let's just say that. So we had a nice conversation on our podcast and after the podcast, and Drew decided to change his grip back to the standard grip that belongs on the club, and now he makes putts again.
It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
So
a
that's the
beautiful thing.
backstory of
It's
that.
hard to putt with a chili pepper.
Well, you know what? I was thinking and people are going to be like, oh, you're making so many putts. I'm like, I'm hot like a chili pepper. And I even have a Taco Tuesday one, too, but I won't put that on because it's not going to work. If Callaway would make a Taco Tuesday one, it'd go on the club.
Drew, just have it hang out of your back pocket, and you're good to go. It's the same thing,
Although
because that's what it's worth.
I do have one important question. You guys serve high noons here because Drew might not make it to Drake concert.
Without a high noon
No,
or
actually.
Mason Dixon,
No, we have some Mason Dixon apparently in the car that they
we do
brought.
have some in the car. We got
but-
to
on the
shout
other
out
side of
to
the
our.
building.
That's one of our
One
sponsors
of our
is
sponsors,
Mason Dixon.
Mason Dixon Distillery.
Got it.
They're out of Gettysburg, PA. Shout out to you guys. But it's one of those things where I'm a high nooner. I love a good high noon. They're good on the course. They're just good anytime. And, you know, do you see, from your standpoint of being in marketing, do you see a swing in alcohol sales in any direction, or is that something that's not even in your realm?
Not that much in my realm, but I do see some stuff. I mean, it's amazing how sort of general tastes in alcohol have changed. Whether it's, the rise of bourbon and how hot bourbon has gotten just in general, or, the whole emergence of seltzers and high noon and all of those things, which unquestionably have taken a chunk out of beer and, the light beer market and things like that. There's no question there's a conversion. I even see it things as randomly as stocking our suites. And what we see our guests wanting to drink in the suites has changed significantly over the last 5 years.
Wow.
It's crazy because I played in, a couple events, not local events, but a couple of like member guests at private clubs, and you go around and you see that's what they're stocking their refrigerators
absolutely.
with is high noons.
Yep.
And it seems to be they've captured a market.
It's hard to find like a Budweiser anymore.
There's a reason for that.
There might be
but-
another reason for that.
All right,
but-
fine. A Coors Light. Sorry.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Corona, whatever.
Corona, right? It's hard to find like that standard beer that like when I was 21 was you that's all you could drink. I mean, that
I'm
was the
not
only
on the
option.
IPA craze. That whole thing, I was so out on that. Like, you really got to like beer. Like,
no,
that
I
is
don't want to
disgusting.
taste something that's going to make me go
Yeah.
every time I
it's
take
nice,
a shot.
It's nice with a meal. An IPA is really good with a meal.
How's it different? Like, you guys, Vegas is drinks are free, right? And you guys charge, or is it free here for drinks?
If you're playing.
If you're playing.
If you're actively playing, we're able to serve you a complimentary drink.
Oh, I should have known that. I'd have sat down and played. I'm just kidding. I didn't mind playing whatever I paid
Ask
for my
Drew
drinks.
how much money he lost today.
Don't ask me that. I lost a check for my birthday, and I can't find it. And
It's not a small amount.
It's not a small amount. It is not a small amount. It's floating around there somewhere. I even made it to Street Road from work and couldn't find the check and went home thinking I left it at home.
Not at all.
Not there.
Of course not.
And I'm afraid to text my wife because I don't want to hear her. I definitely don't want to hear, especially after what I spent to go to see Drake tonight.
Yeah.
You lost how much? What? What was that? So, Marc, it's been a pleasure having you on here today. What do you think about us, Clubhouse 54, coming back in the future and doing some future podcasts here?
You're always welcome.
There it is.
Well, there it is.
Done deal.
Thank you. Yeah, done deal. We will. We'll try to bring some of our higher profile guests with us when we come.
Very good.
And
You can do a Masters podcast. You got the Open podcast. You can do a podcast whenever there's a big golf event on.
And thank you for letting us do this, and thanks for letting us be, from what we understand, the first podcast to come and do this.
I think the first outside podcast. Our Bet Parx content team's done some things, and then we do. We got a ton of visiting radio broadcasts that come in.
Right.
Yep.
But I do think you all may be the first outside podcast that's come
Awesome.
Sweet.
Well,
It's just
we
been a
appreciate
pleasure.
that.
It's felt very special. You guys have taken very good care of us, like you take care of everybody else that steps their foot in the door.
Now that all goes on the shoulders of our content team over here. They know what they're doing.
Real quick, how big's your team? And is that your whole team, or you got more than that
So
behind you?
they're actually not my team.
Oh, really?
They're wholly within the Bet Parx side of the business. And actually, Marc Feldman or someone will come on in a little bit and can talk to you a little bit more about what that side of the business is and what they've built in terms of a social media team, a content creation team, and sort of how they're using sports and lifestyle related content to draw people onto the Bet Parx iGaming app, whether it's from a casino side or a sports betting side.
Love it. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Well,
love
guys,
it. Yeah.
thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Mark.
Marc, thank you so much.
Good seeing you again.
Good to see you.
Appreciate you stopping by, buddy.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Good to meet you, brother.
Good to meet you.
Yep. See you around.
All right, so who do we have?
Mark 1. Now we got Mark 2.
Mark 1 and Mark 2.
Mark 1, Mark 2. Mark.
Brady out of the bullpen.
Oh, coming in hot.
Mark
Little,
Mark
yeah.
number
Marc
2. What's up? How you
Yeah.
doing?
Good to see you.
Nice
Mark
to meet you.
Feldman. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. We met
Drew,
you.
that
I shook hands with him. Mark, how you doing? Mark with a K this time.
There we
All right,
go.
Mark,
Yeah,
we
Marc.
should-
Yeah,
Mark
we
will
met
see
you a
you,
couple
Mark will
weeks
see you.
ago,
That's
so
right,
it's good to
yeah.
see you again.
Excited you guys actually set up and you're here at Parx and doing the whole thing. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys got a nice facility here. We were telling the other Mark how nice it is, and it's a beautiful campus. And dude, just like we were talking about Eagle Sunday up here, like it's got to be insane, dude.
Oh my gosh, it's literally insane. Like especially away games where people aren't like at the games down in Philly tailgating, where they can just come here and start hanging out at 8, 9 a.m. and they'll be here through Sunday Night Football until 11:30 p.m. So it's like a 12-hour. It's a business day. It's just a straight.
Bathroom's right
gambling.
there. It doesn't get cold out. It's not going to snow on you. It ain't going to rain. Like, what else could you ask for,
And
right?
the bar.
No, the bar is perfect. You can rent out the little VIP areas, as you can see. There's like 3 of them, so you can have service right to you, drink and food. It's incredible.
Now, where's the food come from? The bar here? Is there a separate restaurant?
There's a few different restaurants. There's the beer garden right there behind you. That's not bad. And then they also have a few other bar places, just bar food and things right inside.
You guys
the
got
casino.
Chickie and Pete's here.
We got Chickies and Pete's, but I think you got to go into the restaurant to eat there,
Right.
so you can do that. But there's plenty of food and drink options, and then obviously the bar right here to just have fun, as we would say.
There you
So
go.
the Bet Parx, where we're sitting in the sports book, is kind of separate from the casino. Like you guys run all the online stuff too.
Correct. So yeah, so I'm part of Bet Parx. We're the online sports book and casino of Parx Casino. So we're the app. So if you take out your phone and want to sit in bed and gamble in your underwear, well, gamble or sports bet, that's what we are. We're the online app. So we're promoting everything that's online, sports betting, casino, and it's a hell of a time. And I'm part of the social media team. So we're Liam over there as well. We're really promoting the promos and just content and really about brand awareness to get Bet Parx's name out there so people know, yes, there's Parx Casino here, but when you take us home too, and you can bet with us at home on Bet Parx. So it's pretty
Interesting.
cool.
My bookie might come after me if I tell him, because I mean there's still an element of that, right? Like, you know, over here. But anyway, we won't get into that for a second. But Sly,
DL.
I
So
love
we can
you.
cross promote. We'll be able to,
Yeah.
to
Absolutely.
promote with you guys. You guys promote with us. We'll just.
Yin and yang, boom.
Yeah.
We're crushing it.
I like to see it.
So,
Nice,
you
love
guys
that.
Are crushing it. Yeah, so absolutely.
So how big's the social media team here that helps promote all that?
So we're 5 people. We're really small. We have Matt Alba, who I think you met earlier.
yep.
We have myself, the best person, Marc.
There you go.
Feldman.
Well, you were willing to get on here, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all that
Hey,
matters.
anytime I'm working on getting more on-air content, so anytime you want to invite me on, I'm happy to be here. But me, Matt, Liam, who you met, and then we have Maniac Malloy and Sam Stafford. So it's us 5. Liam kind of does our videography and editing. Matt's kind of our team lead. Sam and Pat are on air, and I kind of do. I'm like a Swiss Army knife. I do a little bit of everything on air, behind the scenes, help
Yeah.
write scripts.
So can you get me parking tonight at Wells Fargo for Drake?
You're fucked. You're just fucked.
I'll be honest, that's a little above my pay grade. I don't know if I'll be able to help with that. But
Drew,
you're going tonight.
I had to
Yeah.
ask. I mean,
He's
I
going.
had
It's
to
not
ask.
happening,
just
Drew.
you.
Just him.
Just get an
it's
Uber.
me.
Just get an Uber.
From here, absolutely not.
45 minutes.
Hey, 45 minutes, $90, whatever. No, I'm not going to do
You're
that.
gonna spend $90 on parking and have to walk 45 minutes. You might as well be in a goddamn car.
Yeah.
No, I am not going to do that. I'm going to be in control of the situation.
That's great.
I mean,
But
yeah,
you know what?
I mean-
I appreciate you saying it's above
You're
your pay
welcome.
grade. You didn't bullshit
I'm not
me.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna bullshit you at all.
It's
Yeah,
all
I'll let you know. Liam will see if he can help you off air. Well, once the
Yeah.
camera's shut down.
Yeah, we're still working on Liam for him.
yeah, we're working on it, Drew. Don't worry.
Liam's a Philly guy too. He lives in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah, so him, he knows
He didn't say
our
that
intern.
earlier. He never he did not
Did
say
he?
that.
Oh, I'm just calling him out now on camera.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Straight shout out.
My bad, Lee.
He didn't say a single
Oh,
word
no.
about that. That is hilarious.
I'm a suburbs guy, so I don't know the Philadelphia area as much.
So what part of the suburbs?
I live in Doylestown, so I'm in Bucks County.
All right, I'm in Doylestown. I have a Doylestown address, but I'm New Britain.
Okay, there we go.
All right,
That'll work.
shout out there, and I'm near Peace Valley Park out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's impossible to find Drew's house.
You
guys drive
especially
through
at
the park,
5
over
o'clock
the
in the
river,
morning.
through the woods. It's weird.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but when it's dark, it is. But everybody's house is hard to find in the dark.
No,
hang out in Peace Valley
no.
Park a lot. You go and hang out?
No,
You don't-
no.
No, the park would be closed, and there'd be a helicopter flying over looking for him.
Trust me, I've gotten pulled over by the ranger a couple times for running the stop sign that
Oh, my
nobody
goodness.
stops at.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you know what road you just passed?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Excuse me?" And I'm like, "No, Google Maps tells me where I'm going."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
There's
the
no
name
stop
of that.
sign on Google Maps.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It just-
Drew's the guy when he's docking his boat, he just drives right into the river.
You don't stop.
Because Google Maps tells him to keep going.
We just went from Bet Parks to talking about you crashing. So this is, we really,
Yeah.
I'm glad it came on. Really helping your podcast. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
the views are going up in the ratings. That's,
With him, absolutely.
Yeah. Drew,
He's talking
Drew
about
should have his
Valley
own
Park.
podcast. We talk about it all the time.
I'm a
But
Bucks County
so
guy, so.
bet Parks, can we bet golf on the big golf weekends?
Absolutely, you can bet golf every weekend. So we're actually the official betting operator of the PGA Tour. So we work with the PGA Tour as one of their official betting operators, and our main tournament is the Memorial Tournament. So we're the official betting partner. So we had a bunch of people, wasn't me sadly, but we had a bunch of people from the team and the marketing team go out to Dublin, Ohio back in June. Victor Hovland, when he won the tournament in that playoff, we had a big tent there, and really was just trying to get brand awareness because we're live in Ohio now. So we're just sports betting in Ohio, but we're really starting to progress to do a lot more golf content out there and really become the lead partner with the PGA Tour. So you can bet on that, every weekend. Like this weekend, the Wyndham Championship, you absolutely can bet on that, and in the playoffs for 3 straight weeks in this month. So,
You gotta love a guy that knows exactly what's going on.
oh, you don't got to mess around. I'm a sports
gotta
calendar index.
love it.
I'm locked in
Oh,
with that. I'm
So
locked in.
who do we like? What do we like? What
Yeah.
we got this weekend? You get that deep?
I can give you, you know what, I actually think it's going to be like, oh, you're just picking the main name, but I actually think he's ready to turn out this weekend, Justin Thomas. I think he actually has a big, I don't know if I would say he would win, but you can bet on the Bet Parx app, top 5, top 10, top 20, top 40. I think he definitely will be top 20 this week. I know he needs, 18 to get into the playoffs next week.
He'll be a
So-
captain's pick if he
Do you think
doesn't
he makes
get
Ryder
it.
Cup no matter what?
I think
Oh,
he
yeah,
does
he's
it
in the Ryder Cup,
100%.
absolutely.
Even if he misses the playoffs?
Even if he misses
Absolutely.
the play, he's a captain's pick just because of who he is.
I don't even disagree with you guys, but it is going to be tough for the other players that are right around there. Ricky, I mean, I guess he might make it too, but people that are in the 13 range, I don't know.
I would take JT over Ricky all day long just
Yeah.
because JT is aggressive. Ricky is
Yeah.
he's just who he is right now. And
Yeah, but Ricky deserves to be on the team, though. Rick's going
I'm
to be on
not
the
saying
Yeah.
that. I'm
No,
just
actually,
saying
he's
if I
probably
had
gonna qualify.
If I had to
I
take a
agree.
pick, it's going to be JT over
Oh,
Ricky.
Yeah.
team. Captain's
JT gets along with more of them, I think. as a general, as a hub.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get
Him
in.
and Spieth as a connection, I feel like they if once Spieth automatically or gets the captain's pick, he's got to make it too. So I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
You gonna go out to Rome? You guys gonna go? Check
You
it
know
out?
what? He's the only one with a PGA card, so he can actually
about.
go and
Yeah.
actually go by
You going?
himself if he wanted
no,
to.
I'm not going. I'm not.
If I
I'm
had
sorry.
I
could, but I'm not.
If I had a card,
That's
if
awesome.
I had my card, I would actually probably try to go to as many PGA events as I could.
Why don't you go be Michael Little for the day?
I've
Go enjoy yourself.
been
First
to.
off,
I've been
I don't
to
look
one
anything
PGA
like
event.
Michael
There's a US
Little.
Open at.
You have like a guest.
Mary.
Can you bring
No,
Neil along?
it's one. You can pay for the guest, but it's one ticket.
All right.
You get one ticket.
Yeah, one ticket.
That's what
and
the
then my
PGA
wife
does.
has a spousal card, so she can get in as a
Nice.
spouse. Yeah, so
Very
You got the
cool.
whole setup. Why don't you be Star Little for the day?
there you go. You could be star for the day.
You guys can
Just
hold
grow your
hands.
hair out, Drew.
Yeah. You guys would look great together.
He's
you
starting
go.
to think. He's like
Yeah,
it.
it's
He's like it.
2023. I'll do it.
This is where Sean.
so
This
here's
is
the
where
deal.
Sean puts question marks over my
So
head.
Drew, so on my card it has my picture. On her card, there's no picture. So you could maybe pass for star.
You
There's
seem like
no-
a star. You're my
Baby.
superstar.
Hey.
You never know. We'll get you in a dress.
I literally,
God.
mine doesn't have a picture either. So I mean, like, it doesn't really
Mark,
mean
we
much.
fall down rabbit holes very quickly
Yeah.
on this
Oh,
podcast.
wait.
I love it. I'm totally in. I'm good to talk about everything.
What states can you bet on your online app?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're live in PA, New Jersey, Ohio, Michigan, and we're about to launch in Maryland, hopefully this fall, very soon. So all those terrapins out there, where am I looking? Right there.
Yeah.
Just getting ready. Bet Parx is coming.
There you
Shameless
go.
plug. Had to do it.
No, do it. Let her rip.
Yeah,
Would you go to
yeah,
University
yeah,
of Maryland?
As many
I
places
did
as you
not.
want.
No, so I actually went to Arizona State. So I'm a go Sun Devils.
Sun Devil.
Yeah, I went to Arizona State. I studied sports journalism there. So I'm sports through and through.
How'd you not stay out there?
Yeah, that's a good question,
It's a
Drew.
great question.
Oh, I
It's
love
actually the
snow
best
and how
question.
cold and miserable it is here. Go on.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. You know what? The answer is Bet Parx offered me a job. I was looking nationwide, no real restrictions, and started with my dad knowing one of the people in the legal here, and sent my resume in, and they offered me a job, and I was like, I can't say no. Being able to cover Philadelphia sports, which is what I was raised and grew up 4 for 4, so it's kind of was just like I would love to stay down in Phoenix. I applied to jobs in Phoenix, kind of all over, but it really ended up being just coming out here, and my 2-year mark here at Bet Parx is next month. So
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I mean,
Awesome.
Phoenix has that. What is that? Walking stick.
Talking
Is
Stick
it-
Resort.
Talking
Yeah, they
stick,
actually
yeah.
changed their name now that I forget what it is, but they.
What?
It's
It's some Indian casino, bro. I
He
don't
called
know.
it walking stick, aka a cane.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's what they call
Yeah,
walking
talking
sticks.
stick.
Talking stick, walking
But
stick. It's all the same,
It's really
Drew.
nice. It's like all
No, it's
indoor,
not.
outdoor.
Yeah,
It's
and
all
it
the same.
just got
Talking and
sports
walking are
gambling
two
now.
different things. I'm sorry. You can disagree, but you can't.
When we're talking about
I
casinos,
might
it's
have been
all
on
the
some
same.
ayahuasca. You never know, dude. I was having a grand old time, but no, they have I think they have a golf facility right out front. They have like a big old
do.
driving. No, they have a full golf course there.
Most of them that I've seen out west all have some sort of golf course associated with it.
Yeah. Oh, you
How
get
big would that be if Parks were to build a golf course here?
It would be. I mean, I'd be playing every day. It would be incredible. I think it would be massive. I think
Yes.
golf would be. They should just make it right in the parking lot. They're building a hotel, but I would just put the hotel and right next to the golf course.
I
don't know if
agree.
that's
So
possible.
I
what's
agree.
near here? What golf course is near here? I'm not from the
Ben
area.
Salem
This-
Country Club?
Ben Salem Country Club.
Okay, it's
Yes,
private.
That's what. No, public.
No,
you
it's
can
public.
play.
Okay,
Yeah.
public. All right.
So-
And then you got
Ben Salem's
Makefield Highlands.
Yeah, that's what in Yardley.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not
that's not
close.
bad.
Right?
That's not close.
What else?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of the
You
course.
got Torresdale. Torresdale's not too far away.
Well,
that's
and
not bad.
Commonwealth can't be that far.
Not,
It's not
too
that far.
But that's north. Isn't Commonwealth North Wales?
No,
No.
no, that's
no,
Horsham.
that's in
Horsham.
Yeah.
North Wales, Horsham. Same.
Yeah, I
same
mean,
shit.
there's actually not a ton right in this area here.
No,
Ton
there's
of
not.
golf
It
courses.
would be super
It would-
packed here. It would be
Oh.
busy. I mean, every tee time would be taken.
Yeah, it would be busier in your club.
And that's okay. We'd be happy with that. I mean, we're
Where
not.
do you play
I would
mostly?
come play
So
here.
I'm a assistant pro at the Bucks Club.
Oh, that's where I play most of the time. I might be playing there this Saturday.
Well, you know what? You're comp.
But you have to get him
Said that on
parking.
camera.
You have to
It's
get
on
him parking,
camera. I
though.
can comp it.
He needs
You're
parking.
done.
Mark Feldman is comped. You
Mark
heard that.
Feldman,
County
all you
Country
do is
Club.
call, ask for Andrew or Drew or the
You go
dickhead
by
assistant pro.
This guy with
What
this
do you
weird
want?
accent.
Dickhead?
Well, my mother, my wife are only the ones that are only allowed to call me Andrew. Everybody else is Drew.
Can I call you Andy?
If you call me Andy, you're gonna get sucker punched.
This is
'Cause
real
that's a
off
clown's
topic,
name.
But I used to work at Bucks Club for 2 summers in 2017, 2018. Were
What'd
there?
you do?
I was like the cart guy. And, like,
I was
cleaning
not
cars.
there.
Okay.
I joined
I was like,
in.
I don't remember you.
I joined
You can't forget this guy.
2021.
Okay.
is when I joined as their assistant.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was
you worked under
2022.
Chris
Yep,
Grossbeck.
worked under Chris. Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
the
Yeah.
GM, head pro.
Yep,
He's
yeah,
still
I know
there.
Chris.
Great
Yeah.
guy.
I worked under Chris and then Kathy, I think, who like
Kathy
yes,
Pohl,
Kathy Pohl.
she's great, absolutely
Kathy.
great.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to let me know when you're coming out. You're
All right.
and if
Wait,
you bring
wait,
dead
how are you not
serious.
comp from Chris? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I guess he didn't like me enough when I worked there. I guess I didn't clean the carts enough.
well, all I know is that
No, I
you
got
just let
Chris
me know who it is. What if you're bringing guys with you? It's all taken care of.
I'm gonna be
100%.
there Saturday if you're there.
I'm there.
Done.
There you go.
There you go.
We'll get
He
our
just-
numbers
he-
exchanged.
Done.
We'll get
He
our
just
numbers
needs another
exchanged.
Parx hat.
The
Yeah.
Bet Parx app and the Bucks Club app.
Let me get $20 from my app, please.
He needs a little bit of credit.
Yeah, that's the course I play at the most. So Bucks
I
Club
mean,
is, I'm
it-
2 minutes away from there.
It literally is. We're so busy that we can't keep up with it. We're getting new carts next month. Have fully GPS.
Really?
Oh, it's gonna be.
I know.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Congratulations, because
Talk
that's a big
Hey,
upgrade.
welcome to 2020.
Talk
Yeah, that's an
about
upgrade.
a hard-on. When you talk about getting golf carts that you can set geo fences, and you say cart path only,
You
it
know what?
is
Oh, that's so annoying.
So no, it's
That's
not.
going to slow down play so much.
Who cares? They're not going to destroy the course
Oh,
in the
that's
wintertime when we don't want them on the cart path.
Oh, man.
Or when we don't want them driving behind the greens. It's going to be so awesome. But back to you playing Saturday?
Yeah,
Literally.
about it. All right.
I'll look at the
Dead
tee sheet.
serious.
I won't look at it today because I'm going to be
No,
pretty
I don't think I
hammered
posted
at the
yet.
end of the day. But you seriously, all you got to do is email.
Post Drake, yeah, we'll reach out. Post Drake
reach
tomorrow.
out. Post Drake reach
So
out.
Friday morning, you might want to call him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's
Yeah,
fine.
he's calling out of work tomorrow. We already know that.
No, I can't do that. But I'll be at work at 12.
Well, he's missing his check. He has to go to work.
Now,
Yeah,
were you
you're
looking
right,
at like
you're
social
right.
media last night trying to see like how Drake performed last night, or do you want like a full surprise for
No,
tonight?
I had been following it for a couple since this It's a Blur tour came on. So I've been following it, and yeah, fuck you.
Wait,
I my words are slurring because I
Wait,
had a couple drinks.
Wait, didn't you go there like to see Drake like a week ago or something in Atlantic City? What were you doing down there?
I was seeing
Andrew
I was seeing a comedian, Andrew Scholes,
Oh, okay.
which was a great comedian,
it
great
right.
show.
He's
but
45, no kids. He can
Yeah.
do whatever he
I
wants.
just
Ian and I
turned
have
45,
to go home every night.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this again, if he's going to be around with 21 Savage. I don't know if I'm going to be 50. Who wants to see go down as a 50-year-old?
Who wants to go as a 45-year-old?
True.
What's the pregame meal going to be?
Yeah, but you're going to be with like a bunch of 18-year-olds.
Literally, yeah, it was all my friends last night. What's the pregame meal and drink going to be?
Alcohol
Yeah.
and maybe a pretzel.
I like it. I like
And
it.
then I'll have a pretzel when I leave.
By himself. He's going by himself.
My
Remember
man's
this.
living his best
There's
life.
no shame in going to see a concert by yourself.
Yes, there is.
You'll make friends.
Yo, he's gonna
There's
be
going
like,
to be 20,000 plus
Yeah,
people
you'll make
that are going to be just my friends.
Where are you sitting? Like
I've
front
got
of the stage?
clubs. I've got club suite
Oh,
tickets.
you're a big guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
he started at the bottom. Now he's here. You know?
Yeah.
See, I got this.
What a
boy.
Drake
Yeah, I got
reference.
you. I got
Oh my gosh.
you. That's it. That's all I got for the whole show.
All right, we're up.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I said, you've got a friend in me. You can always play at the Bucks Club. You can bring
Appreciate
anybody that you want, and I don't need any.
How about this group? It's good.
I'm in.
Bring it. Let's
Let's
do
go.
it.
We're
Let's
done.
do it.
In.
He
Okay.
brought his
In.
dad out already this
54.
year. I mean, it's great. Let's do it.
Let's
He
go.
hasn't been to the Bucks Club.
You've never
No,
played there?
no, I don't want to destroy their golf course.
Trust me, you can't. You can't. It's
Oh
hard
my
as a
gosh.
rock. You cannot.
Yeah, I just made a. I was just played there last weekend. Made a 9-on-4 at par 3, hitting the woods twice, and the bunker. It was a
Well,
whole
that's
mess.
a terrible.
Now we're getting the specifics.
It's
but, yeah.
It's not a. It needs some work. Hole 4 needs some work.
That bunker is too hard to get out of for amateurs like me.
It's too hard to get out for anybody. Like
It's too hard to hit the green. You hit the front of the
Yeah,
green,
you
it
gotta-
rolls off the back.
Yep.
Like,
Or you're
I've
short
hit
and
it
done.
maybe one time this year where I hit it high enough where it actually hit and sat like 6 feet further.
and
then
then he
what did it
missed,
rain for,
and then
like
he missed
3
the
weeks
putt because he
straight?
had the chili
No, I
peppers
made
on
the
there.
putt. I
Oh.
made that putt. It was,
Was
a
that a chili
birdie.
peppers putt?
No, Callaway putter.
I'm
Okay,
always
all
amazed
right.
by like real golfers. Like I'm not a real golfer. We already know this. This has been established. You guys remember every fucking shot. Yo, you remember hole 7 at this course,
Yeah.
and I had this one shot and it didn't come out. I'm like, what? What are
You
talking
remember
about,
the
dude?
good and the bad.
Yeah.
You don't remember anything in between.
Yep, a 9 or a 2 on a par 3. Other than that, you're like, bogey, whatever.
yeah, I remember the ones that excite me
Right.
in a good or a bad way. Like when
Really?
Drew stuffed it on that 8-man playoff hole on 17 down at Florida, and he stuffed that pissed me off.
Yeah.
And
But
then
you
I hit
might-
it over the green, and then I made
But here's the thing,
the
you-
best
and
And
par
he
of
was
my
over
life.
in the trees. There's pictures. I have photos. Him and another guy with their arms
Me?
crossed, watching us walk up. No, it was him and Tim. Him and Tim were like, he just stuck it. Fuck him. Like,
No, that was when you hit it in the back bunker and made double on the par 3.
Could have been.
But here's the thing.
Could have been.
Immediately.
Yeah, I know what happened.
But you guys all remember the track. That's the other crazy. Like I can't even remember like the turns or like not. And like I played Turf Valley a bunch with like Balin and all them. It's like I don't remember that. He's like, yo, you remember this course when it goes down dogleg left, the trees on the right? I'm like, no, I don't remember any of it. But you guys all play like a course once. And it's like, yeah, I remember that. Like I'm out.
Yeah,
Like,
because I have to. Because I know when I go back, it's going to be worth some money. So I have to. I have to know where to go.
We played in a outing for
Cedarbrook,
Upper Gwinnett Fire
Department.
Department. I don't remember anything about that course.
no, well,
It was wet.
It was wet and ugly.
They didn't have any. You sponsored. No, you sponsored.
We both sponsored.
You both sponsored the beverage
cart.
cart.
There was no
and
beer
there was no
carts.
beverage cart.
Well, do you know where all that alcohol is right now?
In my belly because when
No,
they came up,
it's at Clubhouse.
no,
right now.
when they came up, he
in
snagged.
my belly.
He snagged.
That might be true, too.
He snagged like a case of Miller Lite, 3 things of White Claws. Like they came up to drop beer off in the cooler, and Ian just like, nope, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. They had
Handshake.
maybe 20 beers to put in the cooler,
Yeah.
and then we took the rest.
Yeah, yep. We
Nice.
put 30 on the cart.
Well, there you go. Well, we sponsored the beverage cart, and we
you know
got
what?
the beer.
It's
We're
for the
good to go.
right reasons. They wanted to raise money for the
Yeah,
firehouse.
they got the money.
whatever. It was hot as shit though.
Dude,
Fucking so
I
hot.
almost passed out.
And Sean's dad is the one that suckered us into that. Sean came in one day to work, like with a permission slip. Can you sign this for my daddy? And we didn't know we were signing away. We were sponsoring a golf tournament.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, $1,000 later.
Yeah.
Can you
Thanks,
sign
Sean.
this for my dad?
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
So. All right. Well, Parx Casino app. If you live in one of those states, you just download it.
Bet Parx, yeah.
Bet
Parx
Parx.
app, yeah.
You download it.
Parx, that's right. In Ohio, New Jersey, PA, and Michigan, and Maryland coming soon. So download the Bet Parx app. We have all your favorite slot games, casino games, and any sports betting. So right now it's right now it's baseball and golf, getting ready for preseason football. Next Thursday is the first game. So
Wow,
Dude, how
that's
many
so
people bet
fast.
preseason? I know people bet
we
preseason.
have a few promos, so if you check us out, we're going to have like a couple promos. It just gets your feet wet, getting back in the rhythm and everything.
Yeah,
'Cause it
take
goes
my
kinda
money.
like
That's it. I get it. Get
the
my
NBA
feet
playoffs
wet.
and the finals, and that kind of is. Then we have golf and baseball, which is like casual. We're still promoting it, but casual. But now that it's about to be August and September, it's showtime. It's the
Yeah.
NFL's king, like always for us.
yeah,
Is that
'cause you-
like the majority of your revenue is coming from them?
I would
from
say,
football?
yeah, from like August to February, it's mainly
Well, think about
football
it. Dude,
betting.
you get
and casino
football,
stuff,
then
yeah.
you get
College
baseball
football, too.
playoffs, you get college football, then you got basketball starting, and the NHL. Dude, it's like
And then playoffs in the spring. It's really
Yeah.
full year. Really, it's just like July is like our
I
hottest
know.
month,
I
and we
used to
still.
bet a lot.
Are
need
you
to
leaving?
look.
Is there a
anything?
cricket
like-
game on somewhere? I need to win, dude.
Actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
probably there is.
Right out of my mouth
right now.
You
Here we
probably
go.
bet cricket.
Yeah.
Drew's going to bet the next golf shot.
No, I'm not. I'm going to bet how long it's going to take me to get to Drake tonight. Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right, 50 minutes.
Showing Justin Thomas as a 16-year-old up there. That's
Well, Mark, is there anything else that you want to plug in here about Bet Parx or about the casino or things you want to talk about?
I mean, just kind of everything I said already. Download the Bet Parx app. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, YouTube and Facebook at Bet Parx. So BET and in all caps PARX. We have great content. I'll be a little bit on the Instagram. We'll have Maniac Malloy as well, Sam Stafford, and a lot of our other celebrities. Rob Dunphy, the tattoo guy, Philadelphia guy. So
Okay.
he does some content for us as well. So you got to check that out and really just download the app, make some bets, and follow us on social media. That's really our goal. Just brand awareness and Bet Parx. That's it. Simple to the point.
Awesome.
Love
Works
it.
for me.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Dude,
Thanks for
appreciate
having
you
us
coming
here.
on.
Thanks for having me.
You're
It's
so
an
much
honor.
better than Maniac Mallory. Is that what you call
Yeah,
him?
we don't even know what his name is. It's okay. Maniac Malloy, I think.
Maniac Malloy.
Mallory Malloy. We're still figuring it out. So.
Drew, you're terrible today.
Hey, he's having a good time.
I know he's having a good time, so
He's
we're
going
all
to
right.
Drake. I'm actually a little
Started from the
jealous.
Bottom, now I'm here. Let's go.
I
right.
might jump on and grab a ticket.
Let's go.
There we go.
You're like, can we wrap it up so you can get down there? Right?
That's what
that's
what he's looking to do.
No, we're good.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking to go to the
legend?
blackjack table. That's
You've
where
been
I'm
eyeing
headed.
it up for a while. No wonder
Yeah.
you sat here so you could just check
Yeah,
out the
I'm just-
casino
I'm
with the
just
table
watching.
games.
I'm just watching. Trying to reserve my seat from
You
here.
a blackjack
you know?
guy, roulette, just blackjack, or
I like to do roulette as well, but
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
what I do is I start at blackjack,
Right.
and then whatever I win, then I go to roulette and I just put it all on black.
Okay, I was
And
gonna
then
say
if I
maybe
double
black
it, I go home. If I
Some
lose
people
it, I
call
go
that
home.
moronic, but whatever.
17. Yeah.
You know
There
what?
go.
It doesn't matter. I'm here to have fun.
I agree with
take
you.
my money. I'm here for you
Yeah.
to take my money.
Well, give
I
me
don't
some so I
expect
can
to
go have
leave
fun
here with
tonight.
cash. You don't go to a casino and expect to leave with money.
No.
Ever. You
I look
never
at it
do
as
that.
whatever you're paying, that's your bar tab.
Exactly.
Right, so if I come here with whatever, it's like, all right, if I lose it, it's my bar tab.
Wait, bar tab? It's your valet price.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Valet's
anywhere
fi-
these
dude,
days?
Valet
No,
is
there's
valet's
$2
$5 here.
I saw that here.
It's very reasonable
I saw that
here.
here. Last time I was at a casino was in Florida. It was $35.
Hollywood?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, thank God I won $550 because I walked out and was like, "Here, take this money. Here's a $50 for my $35
I
parking."
got a
Five
funny
bed
story about
breakfast.
that valet there. I was on a golf trip one time down there.
2-cent penny slot machine or whatever. 2 cents.
Okay, I see it.
Oh, yeah.
2-cent machine.
I was on a golf trip down there, so we went to the casino one night, and we had a rental car. It was like a Toyota Hyundai, piece of shit. Dude's like, yo, let's just valet it. I was like, all right, man. So like we roll up in the valet, Lamborghini, Mercedes, Porsche, piece of shit Toyota, whatever the hell we were driving. I was
Prius.
like, yeah, dude, it was so embarrassing. I was like, we should not be valeting this like right here. But yeah, whatever. We had a good time afterwards.
That's all right. You can
Yeah.
valet any car you
know,
want.
Yeah.
Go take your money.
Come and play at Parx Casino,
There you
where the valet is $5 or $10, whatever it was.
$5.
$5. That is worth it 100%.
It's too
Yeah.
easy.
$5.
Too easy.
It's just
Play at Parx Casino and then go home and download the Bet Parx app.
I
and
said
play
the app's
there.
free. You don't
There
even
you
have to
go.
valet.
That's true.
you don't even have to come here unless you want to.
But definitely play on Bet
Unless
Parx.
you want to meet Drew here.
You gotta let me know what time though.
And not tonight with
No,
the Drake concert.
not tonight.
Yeah.
So,
That's
it
great.
all right. Well, I think it's almost bathroom break and food
Yes.
time.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
wrap it up here.
Yeah, we're wrapping this
Marc,
up.
thank you for hosting us.
Thanks for having me. And
It's
pleasure.
been a great time.
Liam
here.
back there, thank you for
Liam.
getting
Shout
us
out to
through
Liam.
here.
Liam.
Yep, thanks for
Liam
your help.
Turnbach.
Sean, thanks
Yep,
for this
shout
great
out to
setup here,
our,
Sean.
intern
You
Sean.
did a great job.
Yeah,
Sean?
this is our first on the road podcast, and Sean did a great job.
Well, what a
Well,
better place to do it at then?
Yeah, no, it was good. This background, dude, you guys will see some content on
MLB
Instagram.
Network, we got
Yeah,
tennis, you
we'll
got the
we'll
whole
tag
thing.
you in everything.
Yep.
Perfect.
So,
All right, let's wrap it.
All right. Thanks all. See you
Thank
next time.
See ya.
peace.
All right, good. Peace.
Yes, sir.